Far below the ocean's surface, where sunlight struggles to reach and darkness stretches endlessly, something stirs. A plume of molten rock, born deep within the Earth's mantle, forces its way upward. It doesn't care for the miles of seawater above or the crushing pressure that tries to suppress it. The volcano has awakened, and it's ready to rise. As the seafloor begins to buckle, lava pours out with relentless intensity. It doesn't spread thin. Instead, it gathers, cools, and hardens into a foundation, an invisible mountain forming far beneath the waves. This is no minor disturbance. It's the first step in the creation of a new landmass, a place that doesn't yet exist but will soon emerge into the world above. Each new layer of lava builds on the last, stacking like bricks laid by an unseen hand. It's a process of violent artistry. Boiling magma meets freezing seawater. The result? Steam blasts, shockwaves, and sudden explosions. The contrast in temperature is too much for either side to bear calmly. Water and fire go to war again and again. The deeper eruptions are muffled, subdued by the immense weight of the ocean pressing down from above. But the higher the volcano climbs, the less resistance it faces. As it approaches the surface, its eruptions grow louder, stronger, and more spectacular. It becomes a force no longer content to remain unseen. With each surge of magma, the ocean turns murky, stained yellow and green with sulfur. The smell is unmistakable, harsh and metallic, carried on underwater currents like a warning. Life in the surrounding waters retreats. Nothing wants to be near a world being reborn through destruction. Then one day it happens. A plume of ash bursts through the water's surface like a scream breaking silence. It's not just steam anymore, it's fire meeting air. An island is being born. At first, it's nothing more than a dark smudge, a scorched crust of volcanic rock breaching the waves. But it doesn't remain still. It grows with each passing moment. New lava spills out from the volcano's vents and hardens instantly in the open air. This black, steaming rock stretches outward like ink blotting across a page. But now the volcano faces a new enemy, one that never sleeps. The ocean, calm in appearance, turns ruthless. Waves crash into the newborn island with violent repetition. They don't wait for the land to strengthen. They test it immediately, smashing against its sides with thundering roars. The very foundation that helped the island rise now amplifies these swells, pushing them harder and higher. Some waves are so strong they claw away entire chunks of the fresh land. At times, whole sections collapse into the sea, crumbling like overbaked clay. It's a war without mercy. The ocean doesn't care that the island is new or fragile. It demands proof of endurance. Sometimes the island doesn't survive. Not at first. Storms gather over the horizon, clouds dark as charcoal swirling with fury. Winds howl, the sea churns, and the young landmass drowns beneath the chaos. Not once but many times. It disappears only to reappear again. Each time it returns, it's a little stronger, a little more defiant. Eventually, a piece of it holds. Maybe a rugged peninsula juts out stubbornly from the waves, refusing to fall. Or a tall pinnacle stands like a middle finger raised to the sea. Whatever form it takes, it's the beginning of something permanent. But permanence is relative. This battle between sea and stone never ends. It's ongoing. Every wave tests the limits. Every tide brings a new challenge. But beneath it all, the volcano continues to breathe. Its heart, deep and molten, keeps pumping fresh magma through its veins. That's the true strength of the hot spot. It doesn't stop. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't run dry. As long as magma flows, the volcano will keep building. It may lose land to the sea, but it always returns to reclaim it. Over time, what began as a simple undersea outburst becomes an island chain. The first island, once battered and broken, is now part of something bigger. New eruptions create neighbors, some close, some scattered miles apart. A whole archipelago forms, each island a testament to fire's will to rise. From above, these islands appear peaceful. Postcard perfect even. Lush with greenery, encircled by beaches and coral reefs. But beneath that beauty lies a core of fire and fury, a reminder of the chaos that gave them life. The longer an island survives, the more it changes. Rain begins to fall. Seeds drift in from distant lands, some carried by birds, others by wind or waves. Slowly life takes hold. What was once lava rock begins to green. Grasses sprout. Trees root themselves into cracks. Birds call out across the sky, claiming territory on this virgin soil. Before long, creatures arrive. Crabs skitter across the shoreline. Lizards bask in the sun. Eventually, humans come too, drawn by the promise of untouched land and fresh beginnings. They settle, build, and thrive, often unaware of the fire that still sleeps beneath their feet. Some islands last centuries. Others collapse within years. It all depends on the balance, how much lava the volcano can provide and how much damage the ocean can deal. But as long as the hot spot continues its work, new land will always rise. It may take decades. It may take eons. But the cycle never truly ends. Imagine witnessing it unfold in real time. Watching an island claw its way out of the ocean. Seeing each wave try to erase it only to fail again and again. It's not just a geological process, it's a metaphor. A story of resistance, rebirth, and raw survival. The ocean doesn't want the island to exist. But the volcano insists. And somewhere in that clash, between Earth's inner fire and the sea's relentless fury, a new world is born. It might start as a whisper beneath the waves, a tremble no one notices. But give it time and it becomes a roar, a mountain, a fortress, a home. That's the power of nature when left to its own devices. It's not polite. It's not gentle. But it is endlessly determined. In a world that's constantly changing, where empires rise and fall, where human cities crumble and are rebuilt, these islands stand as reminders that creation often begins with destruction. And that even the most unyielding forces, fire and water, can shape something truly extraordinary. So next time you look out across a stretch of ocean, remember what lies beneath. Something ancient. Something alive. Something waiting. Because even now, somewhere deep under the waves, another island is being born. But what happens after the island survives its first trial, after it refuses to sink? Time becomes its ally. The rough edges smooth out. Rain carves rivers through the stone, and soil begins to gather in the crevices. Wind carries more than just seeds now, it carries stories, whispers of change. What once was a scar on the ocean is slowly turning into a sanctuary. Years pass and what began as desolation transforms into beauty. Flowers bloom where steam vents once hissed. Birds nest in trees rooted deep in volcanic soil. The air, once thick with sulfur and ash, now smells of salt and life. And still, beneath it all, the magma pulses, slow, steady, watchful. Civilizations might one day rise here. Ports may be built. Children might grow up on this land, never knowing how violently it was born. To them it's simply home. But the volcano remembers. And when it stirs again, it will remind the world of its power, not out of anger but because that is its nature. Creation and destruction, locked in an eternal rhythm. And as long as the earth breathes, this rhythm will play on, deep beneath the waves, just waiting for its next verse.